Office for National Statistics said the average UK household spent or invested £900 more than they received in income last year. That is worth £25 billion across the nation, or 1/5 of England's NHS budget. The last time household outgoings outstripped incomes for a whole year was in 1988. Even then, it only just happened with a value of £0.3 billion across the country. Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell said the figures show brutal Tory pay restraint and austerity has led to living costs outstripping earnings. He added, in the same week, that the Tory government delivered a slap in the face to workers over public sector pay. The ONS findings show the disastrous impact of 8 years of austerity on the living standards of families. For the first time in nearly 30 years, we see average household outgoings surpassing incomes. The poorest tenth of households spent 2.5 times their disposable income, while the richest tenth spent just half of it. Phil Andrew, chief executive of the debt charity StepChange, said it was not a case of families living beyond their means. The reality is that too many households, here in Britain, in 2018, simply cannot make ends meet, however hard they try, he said. Not having enough money to make ends meet is not the same thing as living beyond your means, which implies you have a choice, when too many people do not. The ONS said households took out nearly £80 billion in loans last year, the highest in a decade. But they deposited just £37 billion with UK banks, the lowest level since 2011. The ONS said household budgets are under increasing strain. Rising prices have led to increased spending in recent years, while disposable income has risen only modestly. Even in the run-up to the financial crisis of 2008 and 2009, when 100% and more mortgages were offered to home buyers without a deposit, the country did not reach a point where the average household was a net borrower. Labour MP David Lammy, of anti-Brexit group Best for Britain, blamed the decision to leave the EU. These new figures show that the uncertainty of Brexit is already hurting households up and down the country, he said. They show the UK getting poorer, with the most vulnerable in society likely to be hit the hardest. Times will only get harder for my poorest constituents when Brexit actually happens, as tariffs are imposed, trade becomes more difficult, and Britain's economy shrinks.